Hello and welcome to the Mirror Fighting Taste Test. I'm your host Donagh Corby, and today we're putting Paddy Pimblett's Applied Nutrition Body Fuel against KSI and Logan Paul's Prime. Last year, KSI and Logan Paul got themselves into the drinks business, coming together after their boxing match to form Prime Hydration. Not too long afterwards, Paddy Pimblett had himself in the game. He brought out body fuel with applied nutrition in a lot of similar flavors. So I've taken it upon myself to give them both a taste and tell you which one you should be going for when you hit the shops this summer. First up, let's go for Paddy Pimblett. It's nice and subtle. We've got icy blue raz here, which is very similar to the blue raspberry that Prime Hydration are offering. It's an interesting flavor. It's not super strong. This is my first time tasting it. It's got a little bit of an aftertaste. Definitely more in the kind of hydration beverage flavored water space than Furosity or Prime Energy in the cans. This is definitely something that athletes could go for. That being said, it's very sweet. I couldn't imagine an athlete taking a sip of this and going, yeah, I need to finish that whole bottle right now. It's something you'll be taking in little doses. Now, let's head stateside and pick up a bottle of Prime. These things are rare. I had to go all the way to New York to get one of these. That's why the bottle's a little different to the one that you get over in the UK. Let's have a taste. They're two very similar flavors, if I'm honest with you. You know, I think that the KSI drink's a little bit sweeter and it doesn't quite sit on your tongue for as long as the Applied Nutrition Body Fuel does. It's an interesting contrast. I know that personally, blue raspberry is not really my flavor first off. If I could have found the green ones, that's probably what I would have gone for. But it's definitely an interesting taste. I think Prime is probably the one that will appeal to the person's audience more. KSI and Logan got the younger fans. Paddy has a lot of fight fans, a lot of, people who watch the UFC, older people. Are they going to go into a shop and get this Applied Nutrition Body Fuel? It's not in as many shops yet. It hasn't flown off the shelves. It hasn't got that demand that Asda and all the other shops in the UK have been having for Prime. So yeah, I can see why Prime is flying off the shelves a bit quicker. It's got the stronger marketing campaign. You never see Logan leave the house without one of these things. I see Pimblett doing a lot of stuff and he doesn't have an Applied Nutrition Body Fuel with him. So I guess I would slightly give the edge to Prime. Let's look at some of the ingredients. So both drinks advertise their electrolyte level. This is an important thing. So if you look at the bottle here, it's got 5 key electrolytes right there. And it's the same with KSI and Logan Paul. Right at the bottom, it's got the milligrams of electrolytes. You see it there. So electrolytes is a big part of what they're selling here. This is important for athletes. I mean, coming from me, it's not saying a great deal, but it is important for athletes for their recovery and for getting them hydrated. I see that, these guys don't mess around. Paddy does drink this stuff. KSI does drink this stuff. So, Jake Paul has a whole fridge full of it in his gym in Puerto Rico. So these guys are definitely using this stuff as athletes. I wouldn't be chugging it down. I wouldn't be getting bottles on bottles, but there's definitely a lot of good stuff in the nutritional value. And I'm going to look at some of the energy drinks later. Tyson Fury's Furosity, Lewis Hamilton's energy drink, Prime Energy, which is the can version of Prime, which does have caffeine in it and is sort of carbonated. These are important things, and I think that athletes could definitely pick either one of these. An athlete could definitely have one or two of these. You wouldn't want to be drinking it all camp. You would want to be sticking to water. It wouldn't be a supplement or anything like that. But as a little pick-me-up, a little taster, I would think that athletes, like I say, it's not a great deal coming from me, given my physique, but I would imagine that fighters would be well able to drink this stuff like Lucozade or any other major hydration drink that's on the market at the moment. So as I look at the two bottles here and I look at kind of the ingredients, I think the big one that kind of stands out for anyone who's into a sports drink, a hydration drink, is there's no sugar in Paddy Pimblett's one. And you do taste that. It's very watered down. It's quite sweet, but it hasn't got that aggressive sweetness that, a lot of the reviews of Logan Paul's drink have had. Gordon Ramsay, I believe, said it. People have talked about how Prime has that extra little bit that's too sweet, and that is because there is a little bit of sugars in here. I'm looking at it here, and if I look down the list, total sugars, there are 2 grams, 0 grams in Paddy Pimblett's. That's a huge difference if you're athletic, if you're trying to exercise. If you're a fan of either of the guys, a Paddy Pimblett fan is going to pick, because the flavors are not that different. Like, you're not going to get any Paddy Pimblett fan who goes, yeah, you know what, but Prime just tastes better. I don't think you're going to see much of that, and vice versa. You're definitely not going to see any KSI fans going, well, you know, I get it, you know, they're both the same, but I actually just think Paddy Pimblett's drink is that little bit nicer. It's not going to happen. But yeah, I think that the key thing here, the electrolyte content is important, but also the sugars, and that's where Paddy Pimblett's drink kind of wins over. Taste-wise, I would maybe veer towards Prime, and as someone, not an athlete, evidently, I would say if I'm just going for the taste, I'm going to the shop and picking this up. First off, that's not the kind of thing you do with Prime. You don't just go to the shop and buy it. It's not in there. You have to, it's a whole ordeal to even get it. But if in the future it comes to a point where they're both just on the shelves and you can go and buy them, I would definitely be picking up Prime just because of the flavor being a little bit different. But I could definitely see how someone athletic, someone who wants to work out, would pick Paddy Pimblett's drink first. Now, as a little bonus, I've actually got a couple of options here that are kind of more fizzy, more sweet. They're more in the energy drink realm, kind of like Red Bull, Monster Energy type things. I've got KSI and Logan Paul's Prime Energy, and I've also got Furosity. Let's start off with the thing of Furosity, right? I'm going to tell you what I think. The flavor jumps out at you. It's got a gnarly aftertaste, I'll be honest with you. It sticks with you for a little minute. It's got a kick, all right. It's called Sour Cherry Knockout, and it certainly has the punching power of Tyson Fury. I don't know, honestly, that I can be recommending it. I mean, like I say, it's not my flavor. I personally, not the biggest fan of the Furosity, I'm going to be honest with you. Next up, the world famous Prime Energy. This thing is just about to be launched in the UK. There aren't any cans over here yet. I've got my hands on a couple while I was in America covering some stuff. Crack this open and have a taste of it. Tropical Punch, let's see. Very similar, actually, very similar taste, even though this is supposed to be sour cherry versus tropical punch. The Prime just goes down a little better. I would imagine they've put a little bit more time into making it a bit smoother. It doesn't attack, you know, the palate as much. They're both really, really aggressive. I believe I've seen Logan in videos saying, have one of these. Don't be going buying a big packet and drinking cans and cans and cans of this stuff. It could mess with you, but one of these to perk up your energy, it would actually be quite a nice thing, you know, get yourself going when you're a little bit tired. I would recommend this Prime Energy, and I've actually tasted the green one as well because that's my flavor, and that one is fantastic. I haven't got it here for you, but it's really good. I would strongly recommend it. So there you have it. Our mirror fighting taste test is complete. If I have to pick a favorite out of all of them, I think I'm going for the Prime. I guess maybe I'm just a appalling KSI fanboy. Maybe it's my background in influencer boxing and supporting that. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one I would be picking up if I were stopping into a shop and getting a drink. I would go for the Prime, and that's why I have to recommend it. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been Donagh Corby. Please make sure to follow Mirror Fighting on Facebook and Twitter, and All Out Fighting on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and let's try to get us to 10k subs. Thanks everyone.